the support for a timer is ridiculous. It's amazing. Even when we got here, Roger was asking me, can I get, what else is going on? What else errors? Because we are using a older timing software, but he is willing to look into it and make sure that is not happening over on the race day scoring side. So, I mean, it's you just feel like you're a part of a smaller company that is doing a big thing.
We view ourselves in partnership with our customers. We're successful when you're all successful. Our job is to basically build technology that all of our customers can benefit from.
Hi, I'm Johanna Goode from RunSignup. I'm here today with Dawn and Suzanne from Kinetic Multisports. We're going to talk a little bit about how they use RunSignup and have grown their events over the last few years. So you guys kick it off with just a general introduction. Tell me a little bit about Kinetic Multisports and what each of you does for the company.
I'm the director of ops, so it's an expanded role. I do more with the RunSignup than a normal ops person would do. But so basically we put on about 50 races a year over 30 weekends at about 16 different sites. And we have about 15,000 registered athletes each year. The uniqueness is that we only do triathlons. We don't do any runs or bike rides or anything else. Also, our schedule goes from April to October, almost every weekend, probably 3 out of 4 weekends in a row. So we have a very busy tempo, but I'll talk a little bit later about what I like about RunSignup and why we switched to them.
I'm Suzanne White, and I do the timing, the build, and I use all of RunSignup's products for pretty much everything we do.
How many states are you guys currently operating in?
5 states. We like to say we're probably the biggest triathlon series that nobody's ever heard of. And we have a somewhat large team because we're spread out geographically. And we have the same core principles when we put on races, and we try and make every race the same. So when people come to our races, they know what to expect.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, triathletes. We hope that you have the race of your life. And we hope today you have the race of your life.
So we don't have the same team members at every race, but I'm at every race. The race director and the owner, Greg, is at every race. And then we have a nucleus of timers that come to the races and a nucleus of staff. So it could be different, but everybody's trained the same way. So it's we like to call it's kind of like a long-range military operation, because we live down in the Raleigh-Durham area, and all of our races are in Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and 1 race in North Carolina. We've been with RunSignup since 2014. We were previously a franchise of another triathlon company that owned their own registration platform that they built themselves, so we were just kind of grandfathered into that platform. And so we broke away from the franchise, and Greg went on his own. So him and his wife, who used to be a timer for him years ago, started vetting out registration platforms. And I think and we didn't know a lot about all the products out there, so I was a small part of that. But so basically they kind of looked at what we needed and looked around at all the different companies and said, which platform do we think would be a best fit for us? And one of the big key factors back then was the real-time automatic verification with USA Triathlon, because that had always been a contention with processing the payments and getting the payments to USAT and so forth and so forth. So when RunSignup, Brian and Matt came down to Durham, met with Greg and I and said, this is what we can provide. We think you would be a good fit for our company. And so basically after that, it was full steam ahead. We like coming to these conferences because you learn all these features that you have. And so I always try and hone in on 1 or 2 different things every year, because I can't add everything. The biggest things that I've liked over the years are how easy the website is to do. And part of it is complicated because we have our own website, which we don't want to get rid of, and there's reasons for that. But then, so we use the RunSignup websites too, obviously, because of the registration platform. But just the ease of the function, and part of it also is working with, our Matt helps us if I need anything. It's a very quick turnaround. The learning curve was pretty high, I would say, at the beginning, only because I wasn't so tech savvy. If I was 30 years younger, it might have been a little easier. But over time, like anything else, once you learn it, it becomes very simple. But the features that we really like are when athletes now they register, and we've switched over to the email platform, which I'm excited about the new version, because we used to pay, I want to say we probably paid like $500 a month for our old email platform, which was a great, it worked fine. And then there was a learning curve with the new one, and you guys are changing it. And I actually have some suggestions to ask for, hey, get on the list. That was always my thing with Matt, because we only do triathlons. So we know RunSignup was centric around running, and now it's it's evolving, and so we always consider ourselves as kind of the guinea pigs for triathlon, which was a good thing, because I know now a lot of other triathlon companies are moving over. The original company I mentioned that we broke away from is now using RunSignup as well, so it's just kind of a full circle, which is kind of cool. But I, besides doing ops, I'm the customer service rep. So when people email us, I'm the one that has to answer them. So just my big thing is like training our customers to use the RunSignup instead of having to go through customer service. And it's a slow process, but once people get to use the RunSignup, then they know, a lot of them are learning how to do things that they can do where I don't have to do it as customer service. But
on site, that's where we come in at the timing booth. All of our timers only work for Kinetic. So the on-site registration, the dynamic bib assignment, the paperless registration, think about all of those paper registrations we would have to put in a 10-minute period as you're setting up all of the boxes, because timing a triathlon, you set up 5 segments instead of a start and a finish. We went to QR codes for pretty much everything, all the way to the results. So he just posts the QR code for the races around the race site. We don't even have a results tent any longer.
We don't print results.
We don't have labels on the bibs any longer. It's just, we just now with the new improved race day check-in, I can load that on to other people that are around the packet pickup that should be checking people in, and they can help us if it gets busy. I think relays are still going to be tough in any race platform. So we do have the experts, or if we have to change a division, the web check-in we do, at the races, we exclusively use web check-in on a computer, but you always have your phone in case your Wi-Fi is not real strong. We can have people show up 20 minutes late. I just pull out my phone and check them in to keep that person away from the timer who is now trying to set up for the race, who's nervous and they want to get it going, and then they can think again. And then in 18, it was full-time with Greg at that time, and we changed from the timing software, we went over to the race director. And we've had amazing results with race director, and the support is, you cannot buy this kind of support.
Another thing that I didn't say earlier is, so we went to a full add-on sales widget, or however you would say it, whereas in the past we really didn't want to deal with that kind of thing. But we learned coming to the conferences that when the athlete has their wallet out and they're registering, then that's a great time to say, hey, would you like to purchase this or this? And we integrated with Shopify when RunSignup went and said, because we used to use another company, and then we went to Shopify. We also have an online store attached to our website, so people can just shop at any time. And I've kind of streamlined the add-on sales process to make it much simpler, so that I will download the report before the race, send the emails to remind people, because some people registered literally 6, 8, 9 months ago and they forget that they bought something. And then the timers, when they check them in, they'll say, hey, you purchased something, see Don at the back of the packet pickup line to pick up your item. And so it's, I don't know what percentage it is, but it's pretty, it's well worth the time and effort. We also do a qualifier reward. It doesn't really have much to do with RunSignup, but it's another, when you talk about the marketing and influencers kind of thing, if people get something for doing so many races, then they help to promote that on their, we do referral rewards.
I saw swag rewards when I was poking around some of your races.
So we came to the conference, and it was probably you or somebody had said, hey, you want something special for those rewards, so we design a special visor every year for one of the rewards and say, hey, and when I hand them out every time, I say, hey, we don't sell this item. So if you see somebody wearing this visor, it's someone like you who got other people to sign up, and then we do a backpack, kind of like a small day pack type thing for people that do 5 referrals. So 3 referrals, you get a visor, 5, you get a backpack. And we try and change that a little bit every year, just so if you have repeat customers or repeat influencers, they get something different. But we really push that. It's a little different in the triathlon scene because the amount, the registration fees are a lot higher, and races are harder to put on, or more expensive to put on than a running race. So we try and, celebrate the referral 3 or referral 5 and things like that. So, but
it seems like triathletes like their swag over a $20 cash gift, towards another race.
Which makes sense if they're paying a higher registration fee. They're like, I am already paying, a lot of money. The $20 doesn't make that big of a difference, but I can't get this backpack otherwise.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
they
what we
do
try
love their
stress.
swag, and we try to make it a big deal when they do check in if we've got time. Yeah, that's not always the case. And we've been really celebrating those first time triathletes because they've gotten out there, they're a little nervous anyways, so we try to celebrate them all the way down the line, and he gives them a little sticker, something to give, again, it's swag, it's something fun, it's something they can, and they take it. And what do they do with it? They post it on social media. You cannot go wrong,
And then they wear your item around and people see it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's all cyclical. Yeah. So can you just talk a tiny bit about how some of those tools have freed up time for you? You kind of touched on that anyways, but how the race day flow has helped to make your staffing a little bit easier and give you guys a little bit more time on race day?
We checked them in on the RSU site. So everybody's checked in. The bibs are assigned on RSU. We do not assign bibs ahead of time any longer. So there's no spreadsheets that we have to import or import twice as other people have done. The other thing we've done is the time trial start. So they don't have to be moved into waves. So once everything is done and we have 99.9% of the people checked in with bib numbers in the right race, if they're doing aqua bike or triathlon or whatever category they chose, we import into Race Director. Everything is seamless from the RSU platform into the Race Director. I know race day scoring, it's more than seamless. It's literally dynamic. We have to go back to that in a bit. We have used it. I can't say that was amazing the first race with race day scoring, but they worked on it and I haven't tried it since. But I'm here to get the nerve up to put it back out at that race because we're a professional triathlon company, so we want to have those results ready when our race director expects them. RSU and their products, they are just, there's no paper. And you go from having to have 30 registrations that you now have to import, and you have to type in names, and you have to hit categories and make sure you hit the right gender. You're looking at at least 20-30 minutes down at the timing booth, taken up to, I don't know, a minute.
Yeah.
A minute. Maybe there's some little glitch, and then the timer takes care of it, and we're off and running. Yeah, they set up their boxes while they're checking people in, so all their boxes are ready to go.
One other thing I noticed when I was checking, you talked a little bit about customer service. You have actually a really good FAQ on your website that points back to a lot of the how-tos on RunSignup. How do you kind of use that with people to? Yeah,
so, obviously with any other kind of company like us, the FAQ section has grown over the years because anytime someone, we try and come up with what questions are people asking that they can't find that information on our website. So we have a very intricate FAQ section, and a lot of it does revert right back to RunSignup's demos, or sometimes I've even taken the RunSignup ones and made them even simpler, just literally like a PDF that I can cut and paste and send. Example would be how to join a relay team. So I made a quick, simple, basically took screenshots of the RunSignup, what it takes to join a relay, and then whenever I get a question, I'll just send them that link and say, hey, check this out. If you still have trouble after that, let me know. But it's a super simple process. And like Suzanne said earlier, we got really into QR codes this year, a little bit last year, but more into this year. So I'll have a QR code at registration. As we talked about earlier, we don't take any cash anymore. No paper entries, no cash. So we went to a cashless site. I'll have a QR that says register, I'll have a QR that says join a relay team, and I have QRs that say participant tracking. I'll have a QR that says results, and I'll spread those all around the race site. We even started putting the QR codes on our bibs.
The results.
So people are like, hey, where's the results tent? Well, we don't have a results tent. Just scan that QR. Everybody has a phone. If somebody, we do have some older people in there that don't carry their phones with them or might not have a phone, I always have my phone on me, or iPad that I'll have sometimes if we have good Wi-Fi, and I'll pull the results up for them and just show them, because a lot of people want to know like what place were they overall, what place should I stick around for the awards, and so forth. So we're trying to teach everyone that this is the future. This is the way you're going to get your results. Most people are happy with it because then they can control that. And we also send out in the pre-race email, which we're now using the RunSignup email. So we now put those source codes in there that says tracking. Do you want somebody in your family to track you? Give them this code. And same thing with the results. So it's nice that we're kind of using that integration with the email marketing and just flat out using the emails. I look forward to the additions that are coming in the email, because there's things on there that I saw even this morning that I was like, hey, I could be putting those in the like post-race emails. That's the thing, like coming to the conferences every year, it's like, what are those 1, 2, or 3 things that you're going to pick up to go forward to the next year?
It just seems like, you wish for something and RunSignup makes it happen. If they can't get to us, they'll tell us why. If they can't do something for us, they'll tell us why, and then most of the time it's like, no problem. I can't even tell you how many times Matt Sinclair has answered the same question, and then he finally just says, here, watch this video. The support for a timer is ridiculous. It's amazing. Even when we got here, Roger was asking me, can I get, what else is going on? What else errors? Because we are using a older timing software, but he is willing to look into it and make sure that is not happening over on the race day scoring side. So I mean, it's you just feel like you're a part of a smaller company that is doing a big thing.
All right, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you to Dawn and Suzanne.